March 31st, the last day of March. It's hard to believe. Today I'm just going to briefly talk about in this video what you're adding to your primary source log. So after you've already completed attendance, submitted your personal college essay to me or to the Google Dropbox, after you've already written in your Corona Chronicle, just a simple entry, you're going to find a primary source. So the first thing you need, if you haven't already, you need to have a Corona Chronicle. Okay, you need to have your own version of this journal. So go to Google Classroom, go to Classwork, scroll down to the topic Corona Chronicle, open up the tab that says Your Corona Chronicle, and just download this PDF into Notability and use it there. Okay, so what you're doing today, you'll see your Corona Chronicle. When it says write in your Corona Chronicle, I just want you to put in an entry, right? Just like this. You don't have to do the red and green, but you need to do at least one of them and at least nearly 150 words, hopefully. You're getting 2 of these in a week. All right, so I assigned you today to write 1 post. Okay, the other thing I'm going to have you do today, building your primary source log. So all this is asking you to do. This is your primary source log. On the right-hand side here, you're putting in a link, and on the left-hand side, you're giving a description. Primary sources are, like I said, they are the first-hand eyewitness account to a part of history or an event ongoing in our society. So right now, the Corona Chronicle is an event going on in our society. This someday will be history that will be taught in history books. You are a part of history. So what you're doing, you're building your own primary source, but you're also putting in links to other primary sources. This is all history. So your primary sources that you include, it can be tweets, all right? They could be videos, news articles, TikToks, anything. You'll see here, the first one I have, neighbors play instruments in Florence as Italy stays under lockdown. You could include links to links to videos and put those in. These are things that are happening right now in the world. And it's kind of your way of documenting history, but these are really great links. They're really great sources, and we don't want to just forget about them once this is over. So let's say I want to do this. My heart will go on. It's happening in Spain, Barcelona. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the link to here. I'm going to give a really short, a really brief description of it. So I'll explain what it is. And I'll briefly say why I picked it. Okay, that's all you're doing. Build this up. So if you've been reading articles this week, plug in the sources. If you've been watching TikTok videos about the virus, if it's appropriate, plug in the sources. NBA players, celebrities, artists, politicians, anyone who has said something that you think, they tweeted it or they put out a statement on this virus and you're interested in them, plug in the link. Talk about the description. That's what the primary source log is. So today, hopefully March 31st, you have written an entry and you have added in a couple things to your primary source log. The last piece of today's puzzle, you're going to go to Google Classroom, again down to the Corona Chronicle, and you're going to post 2 things, okay? One, you're going to post one of your primary sources. So whatever you have here, maybe you have 5 of them, maybe you have 0, whatever. You're going to come up with one. It needs to be in here. And then you also need to post it to Google Classroom. The same thing. Post a link to it and your explanation of what the source is and why you picked it. Pretty easy. Second thing you're posting to Google Classroom, you have an option. Okay? You can either just post, give your number 2, give the class an update on your life, okay, on your own experience. What have you been doing during this time? How have you been experiencing this time? You can answer any of these questions or one of these questions, okay? But you're writing at least 4 sentences, okay? You're writing at least 4 sentences. If you don't want to, you're writing at least 6 sentences. If you don't want to talk about this, you feel like you've already written about it, you can copy and paste an entry from your journal into the discussion board. But the point of this is we're touching base with each other, we're showing each other our links, we're giving our class an update on each other, okay? So there's an example here you can read through. This is really just an update. How you've been doing in quarantine. If you don't want to use it, post an entry from your journal, okay? I hope this helps. For the end of today then, submit your Google Classroom personal essay, post to Google Classroom on the discussion board, Turn in Friday's homework if you have not already. Have a great day. Miss you all.